You okay? Gordon, you okay? Yeah.
Wow, there was a medical emergency in the Oval Office. An individual standing right behind Donald Trump collapsed during one of Donald Trump's disastrous Oval Office press conferences. I guess the purported basis of this press conference is that they were going to be reducing the prices of those kind of weight loss injection drugs with Eli Lilly, try to cap it around $250, I guess, per, these prescriptions. Donald Trump was then kind of just ranting and raving about Obama and Obama's library and why should Obama talk about Medicaid if he can't build a good library. And while all of this was dragging on, and I'll spare you the kind of boring Donald Trump, the usual crap that he spews, the person collapsed. Donald Trump just kind of stood up and watched the individual like on the ground. Like Donald Trump doesn't do anything. Like this is kind of his MO when people collapse. I'll just show you from another angle here. Play this clip right here of this other one, and you'll see Newsmax's immediate response is Donald Trump okay? I mean, clearly it was the guy behind him, but Newsmax in their Russian propaganda style TV. Is Trump okay? Yeah, he's staring at the guy who just collapsed. Here, play this clip.
Cameras, we're done rolling.
So you're looking live right now. President Trump, we want to be clear, is okay. We know that Dr. Oz, there was some sort of medical emergency. The president in the Oval Office announcing this historic agreement draft.
And by the way, while that individual was passed out there, that individual was someone who was affiliated with the Eli Lilly company. This is what Donald Trump was doing. He was facing the cameras. He couldn't even be bothered by what was taking place. So here's the photo that Andrew Harnick took of Getty. Just take a look at this photo again. People are administering aid. He's like done even looking at the person, right? He could literally care less about what's going on right there. And then I'll just share this with you though, because as this, whatever you want to call this press conference continued, Donald Trump then passed out. He like collapsed. He fell asleep. And I'm not talking about like, he closed his eyes. No, full-fledged sleeping, snoring, just sleeping. Go zoom in on him. Look at what he looked like. Could you imagine if this was anybody else? And if you're like, Ben, what happened before the guy collapsed? Like, give me the context of this creepy Oval Office presser that preceded the guy collapsing. Well, you had Dr. Oz talk about how fertility in this country is so much better under Donald Trump, and lots of Americans are having sex now because of him and making Trump babies. Yeah, it's the creepiest, grossest thing. I don't know how this deals with the weight loss drug. There's all these Trump babies from all these people having sex now. Here, play this clip.
President Trump highlighted the first three. Leading U.S. company, leading European company. We've dropped in fertility drugs, so we'll make lots of Trump babies, I'm hoping, by the midterms.
And then Dr. Oz is like, we've calculated that if we reduce the price of these drugs, Americans are going to lose 135 billion pounds. Here, play this clip.
We thought it was 125 billion pounds. Mr. President, our estimate, based on the company numbers as well, is Americans will lose 135 billion pounds by the midterms.
And then Donald Trump's like, and we're cutting the drug prices 1,200%. 1,200%. Here, let's play this clip.
But now we're cutting it 1,000%, 1,200%. Nobody's ever said anything like this. Nobody else could have done it, but I say that modestly.
More from RFK Jr. RFK Jr.'s like, and I just want to let everybody know Trump is a friend of the forgotten American. Obesity is a disease of poverty overwhelmingly. Trump cares about poor people. This is showing that Donald Trump cares. He may be starving people to death. 42 million Americans losing SNAP, which would probably not necessitate the use of the drug because people are starving to death. But here's what we're going to do for all the starving Americans. We'll give you this weight loss drug for cheaper. Here, play this clip.
This is President Trump is the friend of the forgotten American. obesity is a disease of poverty, overwhelmingly. And
I'm not sure Americans can really afford this for $250. Like, I could be wrong, but that's still expensive. And people are trying to get their protein. People are trying to be able to eat. This is when Donald Trump was just like ranting about Obama this, Obama that. Here, play this clip.
Or the beautiful Obama building that he's building in Chicago for the museum, which is now shuttered up and dead. They got it up and they couldn't finish. It's about, would you say, 5 years behind schedule? And about 2,000% over budget. Then he tells us how to run Medicaid.
Then Trump says, my name's going to be all over the drug, so you better make it good. Here, play this clip.
And to sell these drugs to all consumers at deeply discounted prices via TrumpRx.com. When is TrumpRx.com opening?
The site is open. It will launch in terms of giving people prices before the end of the year.
Okay. Got to make sure it's successful. It's got my name on it. I don't want to be like so many others. I don't want to be like the train they're building in California, okay, which has about 15,000% cost overrun. Or the beautiful Obama building that he's building in Chicago for the museum, which is now shuttered up and dead.
And then Donald Trump's like, I had the conversation with Mr. Eli Lilly himself. I said, Mr. Lilly, the drug's now $250. You understand? Here, play this clip.
In addition, you think it was easy dealing with these people? It wasn't. You think it was easy saying your drug, Mr. Eli Lilly, that we're selling for $1,300 is going to be sold for $250?
And I do want to talk about this. While Trump was doing that, Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries was holding a press conference, and here's what Leader Jeffries had to say.
Speaker Johnson says he won't even guarantee a vote on the AC issue. Can you react to that?
Well, Mike Johnson has claimed over the last several weeks that Republicans are the party of healthcare. That's a joke. Why does this guy keep lying to the American people? Week after week after week, it's a new story. Because for several weeks, we were told that Republicans had a healthcare plan and that Republicans had planned all along to address the Affordable Care Act issue and the fact that these tax credits for working class Americans, middle class Americans, and everyday Americans are about to expire. And Republicans can't be bothered.
And then on the macro issue of what's taking place in our economy today, here's what CNN was reporting. Let's play this clip.
The jobs report new this morning. A brand new report is out. It just came out moments ago, and it shows layoff announcements hit their highest level for October in over 20 years. This will not surprise you because a key factor is AI. CNN's Matt Egan is here with me now for more on this. Look, these reports are becoming more important because there are no government reports coming out because of the shutdown. What is this one telling you? This one seems like a big deal.
Yeah, Sarah, look, it's painting the picture of a job market that is really hurting. U.S.-based employers announced 153,000 job cuts during the month of October. That is more than any October since 2003, more than during COVID, more than 2008, which is really something when you think about it. And when you look at how this compares to a year earlier, it's about triple a year earlier, about triple what was seen during the month of September. And when you look at the trend for announced layoffs, you can see they were pretty low in 2023 and in 2024, but then they spiked earlier this year. That was Doge. That was the trade war and the tariff uncertainty. And look at this. They came down, but unfortunately, they are starting to go significantly.
And let me show you what was being reported on CNBC. Here, play this clip.
It's about the health of the job market. Steve Leisman joins us with the latest numbers from Challenger on job cuts. What's going on?
Yeah, well, this is like a clue from like a cough or a sneeze or whatever, but announced corporate job cuts, Andrew, in the U.S. surging past 1 million so far this year, with 153,000 new layoffs announced just in October, according to Challenger. That is the worst October since 2003. Here are the numbers. October up 153. That compares with September. That's 100,000 more than September and 100,000 more than this time last year in October 2024. Andy Challenger commenting, some industries are correcting after the hiring boom of the pandemic, but this comes as AI adoption, softening consumer and corporate spending, and rising costs drive belt tightening and hiring freezes. Announced layoffs don't always lead to actual cuts and could take place from attrition, but the report puts in perspective what we've been reporting here day after day, week after week. Series of marquee announcements unveiled in recent weeks across U.S. industries, including UPS, Amazon, Target, among others, Paramount, Rivian, all these companies there. Government has been responsible year to date for 308,000. But look at that, tech 141. That could be where you see a lot of the AI, maybe some in warehousing, but a big chunk of that's going to be UPS, as well as potentially some hit from reduced flows of trade. Retail is up there, as is services at 64,000. You take out the Doge cuts, the number's a bit better at 800,000, but still well above last year. Challenger doesn't see much in the way of hiring, saying announced plans are 35% below last year, and they're skeptical about the number of new hires for the holiday season.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.